Hey guys, it's Is.
Hey guys, it's Naj.
Hey, it's Robyn.
Hi guys, Bit.
And hi, I'm Pia. I'm here again.
And today we're here with some theories, some conspiracies, some ideas, and things that we hope to see in season 3 of Legacies. So let's start.
I think this is kind of like an all-in-one episode because,
Yeah, it's everything.
we didn't really have a set thing that we wanted to talk about. Just kind of like whatever we can talk about, we'll talk about. And Vit and I talk about Pia so often that it was about time that she joined us. Because, you might as well just be here because we talk about you every single episode.
Yeah, that's true. I always get little shout outs.
You do, yeah. You and Paige. Paige always gets shout outs too.
Yeah, that's true.
Which, once again, hey Paige, what's up? Anyways, okay. So, let's get into theories, first of all. Let's talk about the blind spots.
Oof.
Oh.
Controversial topic, if you will.
You know what? Hey, go big or go home. Let's start
Right.
off.
Okay, so.
Okay.
I'll start.
Okay.
Lizzie's blind spot being Josie, which, I mean,
Obvious.
yeah.
Mhm.
Josie's blind spot is Lizzie.
Lizzie.
They've said that from the beginning. The whole
Season one, season one was the clear indication that Lizzie is Josie's blind spot. Like the entire season was just,
I mean,
it's just a clear
codependency. They have that codependency, and I mean, it is very clearly Lizzie, but that kind of isn't what the theory I think that Pia, you and I were discussing is that Lizzie was talking to MG and said that she would betray everyone if it meant saving or helping Josie, which I think is a huge foreshadow on her arc later on with what they're doing with her.
Mm-hmm.
And what arc would that be?
Well, we'll see. I mean, it's just because there's info out there that I think a lot of people have already seen, like an audition. I don't know if we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we can kind of, I mean, I think most people have talked about it, or it's kind of like in discussion or whatever, is that there's this thing coming up in one of the episodes where Lizzie kind of branches off, I guess, from this. Okay.
It's kind of like they've been isolating her from the group for a reason.
Yes, and
that is going to, develop.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And I think I said this in a couple of episodes earlier in a podcast where it was that I think that they're making Lizzie's arc be the fact that she's alone, because in season 1 she wasn't, in season 2 she was kind of going there, but in season 3 it looks like they're breaking up, they're like pushing her friendship with Hope, and then Josie is going off somewhere, and then MG isn't, with her, and it's just like, it's kind of like pushing her off into having to find her own self or her own character arc. And I think that puts her into a situation where, I mean, I think it puts her into a situation where she ends up stealing Josie's magic, and that causes a whole new issue between the two of them. But putting her into the situation where she is going to have to make that choice, much like Hope had to make that choice with Landon.
Mm-hmm. And they've also been everything that they've clued or hinted at, they've delivered. So it's clearly something that they have plans for. And people are saying we're 8 episodes in and nothing has happened, but we're only 4 episodes in. So this has been just the foundation of what the season is going to be like. And it's clearly way darker than it was. People say it isn't, but it is.
Yeah, it's
everyone is mad at Hope right now because she's acting darker when that's what everyone has been asking for ages.
That's the thing, is everyone wanted her to be a Michelson. Where is she, you know? And the thing is people were speculating her necklace and stuff like that. And now all of a sudden it's with Landon, and it's like, no.
It's an issue.
We hate her. We don't like her.
We already know why, the real reason it's an issue. So.
Exactly. And I mean, like, and she's acting like a Michelson, which we've said that she is, and she is acting like it. I mean, it's proof, even if you look back into parallels in the originals of what, you know, her uncle did, or her dad did, or her mom did, and stuff like that. Her Cole did with Davina and everything. Like, she is a Michelson through and through, and she wasn't showing those sides in the first 2 seasons. She was more of a Haley side in the first 2 seasons, and now she's going to Michelson.
And you know what pisses me off a little with some people in the fandom is that Danielle already said this, and she has said this before in interviews. Like that interview on the 5th, she was like, she's kind of like both Haley and Klaus, but she's going to act more like Klaus, or she thinks so.
Yeah, she would have
said that. Why is it so surprising? I don't.
But then
it's like that tweet I sent you today, Robyn, about what Elijah said to Hope. Oh, what did he say? He was like,
here, I can bring it up.
We were both born with the responsibility we didn't want, or something like that. Because it
was something around that, but she's gonna pull it up. But it literally indicates like she's a Michelson. Like this was bound to happen at some point, and it's just, you know, you might.
It's like you might not agree with what she's going to do, but once again, I really like the episode because we're seeing people have consequences for their actions and doing things that are risky.
Yeah.
And we're like the thing, like this whole season, the first 2 seasons, everyone is like, "Oh, this is an embarrassment to the Vampire Diary universe," and you know, where's the spice and where's the drama? And then it happens, and I'm just like, well, we're getting it. Like, regardless of if you agree with characters' actions or not, you're getting choices where you're conflicted of who you should choose, who you should, you know, confide it with. So at the end of the day, like, you're getting it dark regardless of how you want it.
But people are mad because they're not getting it in the way that they want it.
They're like saying it's like, oh, disgrace to the Michelson name.
Is it though?
She's literally doing what a Michelson does.
Yeah,
like,
Klaus was hallucinating Cammy. Like, what, 10 to 15 years after she had died?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Haley literally told her and taught her, like, I'm not going to teach my daughter to give up on people that she loves or something.
Yeah.
And I know like the Salvatores have nothing to do with it, but Damon and Catherine, like,
Damon was like,
I don't like Damon at all. So like, but like that's another thing where it's like it's common in the shows that if you're in love with somebody, you can't just give up on them like easily. You can't forget like let me grieve for 2 weeks and then I'm finished.
This never happened in DVD universe.
No. People
did
people even watch the other 2 shows? Because it doesn't seem like it. It really doesn't.
Because there was that one article, it was like, oh, well, Hope is going far beyond what her family would actually do or something like that. And I'm just like, did you just gloss over everything about Klaus Michelson? Like,
Klaus had a tantrum because Klaus was so paranoid. He used to stab his siblings centuries at a time.
Because he was so afraid that they were going to leave him.
Yeah.
Like, he was so worried about people getting close and people leaving him that he literally would kill them or like stab them or whatever in order to prevent them from leaving him. But then he would go to the ends of the earth to protect them too. Like, it was just line that he straddled.
It's like with Hope and Landon, like Hope didn't go that far, but she would be like try to keep him out of like in 304 in the cellar where she was basically, you know, like the barrier or whatever. He could get through, but she couldn't. And she was like, "You're not going anywhere, especially not without me." She wants to keep him close to him.
Yeah.
Like,
it's frustrating when you love characters so much and you understand them deeply, but other people, or you feel like other people don't. It's like,
that's like, it's like I get so heated. Iz can tell you, I get so mad when people say that Hope's storyline revolves around Landon. That her only storyline is Landon. It's not. It's about her growth and about the grief and about learning how to open herself up to a love, but also the fact that she is her father's legacy. And if she is going to be better than him, then this is what she has to do. Because her father's legacy was to constantly push people away and to isolate himself. It wasn't until Hope came along that he truly learned that that isn't how you're supposed to do things. And Hope is supposed to continue that sacrifice that he made for her. And yes, she chose Landon. Landon is central to her journey because he is the one that opened her up and started her on it in the first place. And then saying that her only storyline is Landon is, you're not even looking into it. It's like saying that Romeo and Juliet is literally only about Romeo and Juliet, but you don't look at the issues behind Romeo and Juliet and what's driving the force behind the story. You're only focusing on two characters and not why is Romeo doing what he's doing? Why is Juliet doing what she's doing? You're literally just looking at them going, oh, they're in love and they're killing themselves for each other. That's not the story.
Trust me, I read that damn story.
I get so frustrated with people when they say that they want Hope's storyline to not revolve around Landon. It doesn't.
But they want the same thing, the exact same thing that Hope and Landon have, or Hope and Landon stands have, but with other characters.
Exactly.
That isn't how it works. In conclusion, all the characters need therapy, and probably so do we.
Dr. Linda, can you come on?
Honestly,
Linda, yeah.
Linda, they got them together.
But
I was talking with this extra who's on the show in season 2, and she was basically like, yeah, they all need to like just go to therapy and need help and stuff. And I was like, yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, they can
barely like
students. How are they going to afford teachers? I mean, they could. I mean, like.
And also another thing. The thing is that this show would be over immediately as soon as Hope gets therapy. It literally just thrives off her inability to heal and her trauma. Yeah.
Like Landon killed himself. And he never got therapy.
Yeah, and they didn't even touch on that again. He killed himself.
And next episode, he's gonna be all happy.
They said that, he with Josie for show. I'm like, no, he was killing himself every time.
Sebastian killed him, and everyone except for Hope. Well, I mean, they all treat him like fucking garbage, and yet he is still like the purest fucking soul in that entire school.
I just remember something. A couple of days ago, I sent to the group chat. I mean, Vid and Robyn, I think, saw it obviously. Do you remember the psychological assessments that they dropped before the show went? And Landon said that without trauma or something like that, he was going to be fine or get better. And then they do things like this.
Shit like that. He got killed. He got killed.
Even Hope
way over here with my D&D. Like, what?
It's not
anyway. Yeah, okay, so Landon killed himself over and over again. He doesn't get therapy. They drop that whole thing. I mean, but season 2 was
season 2 was just not it.
Then
he's a menace to society.
I really feel, and I might get hate for this, but I feel like in 306 and 307 that they were side casing Hope's grief. Imagine the possibilities that they could have done if they had Danielle really go into that grief for Hope and had it be raw and real instead of just being like pushing.
Yeah, like if they had to see like how Elena was reacting what's her name? Like, come on, like why was Hope like? You know what? If y'all don't let Hope let go, like that's a hint.
Is they had her like in her room trying to paint, and then they had her,
she was pushing down
and stuff like that. But we could have had those scenes, but on top of that, could have had her completely breaking down. What about her in Landon's room, like crying her eyes out?
Okay,
or just, like,
exactly. Okay, the original spoilers. When Camille died for the first time, Klaus had a whole breakdown, breaking his entire room. I was expecting something like that for Hope, but they didn't.
That's the thing.
Actually, I think Hope going numb is very in character for her, just because she already feels so guilty because of her parents dying, and then because of what happened to Landon after they had sex. Obviously, that's going to leave her like shocked, so she kind of shut down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I kind of agree. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Cleo. Like I was thinking, like it was like it's really in character for Hope, because if you think about it, the 305 scene at the dock with Alaric. Like, you could see she was in pain, but she was not. She just, like, I've always said this, especially to you guys. She just looked dead. Like, she looked like she was not living.
305 was the perfect episode for her and her grief. I loved 305. I honestly thought it was going to be like really super cheesy and everything, but it came out really strong. Yeah. Most of them in season 3, the first 4 episodes. I mean, the Leprechaun one was a little, but most of the episodes have been really powerful. 305 and 308.
My favorite.
305 and 308 are the 2 most powerful episodes in season 3. I think.
When I was telling you, Robyn, about going back to Hope and like the grief, like I just want to see a scene now that Landon's back. Like I just want to see a scene where she just yells at everybody for the way that they reacted.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Because like I was telling Robyn, I was like, I want her to have a scene where she was like, the first time that I put my feelings first, you guys think that it's selfish or whatever.
Exactly.
Because like
I
just want her to break, and I just think that Danielle would do such an amazing job in that kind of scene, and I really want to see it. So I don't know. This is
me and Vit know how I feel about that. I want Hope to. I want her to yell at a certain someone, but I don't think we probably won't get that because we're not really getting any scenes with them. But
okay. I was going to say something. Wait, lost it. I think Hope snapping, because we've talked about this, would be so chef's kiss.
Yes,
because it's been a long time coming that she has taken shit and done so much for everyone without getting the same energy back.
Yeah,
and for
like
what?
that line, like my emotional needs was kind of like a sneak peek, but like it wasn't as tough as I thought it was gonna be. But like when I heard, because I knew she was gonna say it to either, I thought it was gonna be Lizzie or Alaric, but like when she said it, I was like, yeah, finally, girl, say something. Like,
that's
at
the
this
thing,
point, like,
she is always sacrificing her own happiness and Landon in order to save that school and everyone in that school, and not one person asked her if she was okay since 301. Not one person, knowing that Landon's predicament, not one of them went to her, not even Josie, and said, hey, are you okay? Thank you for saving me, or anything like that. Like, none of them said anything, and then it was when they needed something was when they went to her.
Yeah, it's very tiring.
I mean,
I was that.
Huh?
Can go.
I just no wonder why Hope is acting the way she is.
Yeah, I was talking with a friend that I'm not gonna name just in case people dump her, but anyway, she actually thinks that they could be building up Hope, because at the beginning or slash last 4 episodes of season 4, or the first 4 of the season, everyone kept saying how Hope is always saving the day, and then they might follow that up with Hope going dark, especially since Danielle said on Twitter, like, what would you like Hope to be, or something, like storyline, and she said darker. So maybe they're playing with that idea of Hope just stopping saving everyone.
Hope's just basically gonna be like, you know what? Screw this. I'm done.
Fuck all of you. I'm done.
Because like
and they're leaving.
One, MG said, Hope's not coming. We have to do this ourselves, which I think is a foreshadowing for what's
probably
later.
Okay, we went from from blind spots to this.
We went way off topic.
Jumping.
I mean, that's kind of what we do. It's,
all over the place.
Let's go back into Lizzie and Josie for a second. We know there's hospital scenes coming up. And I think that Josie does get seriously hurt because now she doesn't have her powers. She's human. I think that it's a supernatural reason why she gets hurt. I don't think it has to do with Finch. I think it has to do with Cleo, like her whole background and stuff like that. But we know that we don't know because we haven't actually seen the episode, but we theorize that she gets hurt and she's in the hospital. And I kind of wonder if it's going to parallel the Lizzie doing anything she can in order to help Josie, and also parallel Cleo's story, because I'm not going to say why, but there was something that we had found that had kind of explained a little bit of Cleo's background, and it parallels really well with Lizzie and Josie. which I think you guys all know. Maybe Naj, I'll tell you in chat later. But anyways, I think that Lizzie is going to do something drastic in order to save Joe's life.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Which parallels
surviving.
season 1. Which parallels season 1 because Josie was doing it in season 1 with Lizzie, and especially when she jumped in front of that bullet. So that's really going to be like I've said, Lizzie has had the most character development out of everybody in the entire show, and
it kind of feels like she's regressed a little bit in the last 2 episodes, but now like I'm thinking that's probably
for a reason.
A reason. Yeah, there's a reason behind that. And you know, me, P, and Vit always say that like it seems like they're kind of going back to their season 1 roots. Like we just bypassed season 2. We're just gonna go right back.
Yeah, I feel like.
But also,
it's not going to remember that, like.
Yeah, they're also reversing stuff from season 2, which have said like the parallels between season 2 and what's happening now are very on the nose.
Yeah, they are.
You had Gunther, I don't know how do you say that his name, Sebastian, then Hope and Landon, the reverse stuff, Josie, Hope going to the schools and
yeah,
they are reversing the
like they're doing better job at what they did with Hope at the Mystic
It's like they're trying to
Matthews might be fixing season 2.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Even like down to like the outfits that they wear, like Landon wearing the 208 jacket, and then but wearing it in 308. And what was Hope's outfit? You were saying paralleled like the
206.
206.
Purple.
The purple, yeah.
Yep. It's very it's fun little thing
because the way they lied during season 2, talking about things that never happened, it was very fun.
Could you imagine this podcast in season 2? Oof.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, you know I was heated. I was fucking fired up.
I don't remember a lot of season 2.
I was mad at 2A specifically. Like I was so hyped.
I would record after shooting.
I would have been so annoying between the Handon stuff, my past liking of ships. Yeah. I've grown. I've had development. Let me be.
Okay, so Cleo playing a huge part in the Josie Lizzie stuff, like I said before, but I also think it has to do with the fact that they brought up her saying that magic isn't dark nor light, but it's based on intention. And we know that Josie struggles so much with black magic that I'm wondering if Cleo is going to help her learn how to control her magic, because like she says, it's based on intention and not on dark or light.
So do you think listen, I want to know about the dark magic that the necromancer had and didn't do shit with it. Like what's going to happen with that?
Well, it's in the prison world. Well, I mean,
is it?
A lot of it's in theory. It's in the prison world.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't think it is.
We know some of it. Not all of it would have come out, but we know that some of it came out that we saw when they were doing the spell. But like the prison world still exists, so there's still like that's what's holding it together is the black magic from the necromancer, right? Unless
the necromancer, he needs to.
This is not even it. Like I know I don't.
Did he release everything though?
Huh?
Like what happens when he smashed the Ascendant? Did he release everything? Was that like an open door to everything coming out?
I don't even know how he had a knife.
I would like to know what happened.
One he stole in season 1.
Oh my God.
No, it was.
I would like to know. Actually, I would like to know what happened to the dark magic that went into the girls, because something happened. And I don't think that just because Landon destroyed the Ascendant and the portal thing, it went back in to that world.
Oh no, it went somewhere. Not in Josie.
Probably, yeah, Landon.
Anyway. You said that.
In Dark Landon.
You said his sword for season 1. I almost believed it. I was like, it got me in the first hand. I'm not gonna lie.
I love you, Landon.
Landon came out of nowhere. It's not impossible.
Okay.
He really did. I had a
have
heart attack.
theory about that too, though. So, okay,
Huh?
so they know that when Cleo and that were singing to how do you pronounce it? Sharon.
Chiron?
Um,
I think it was a
Chiron?
sound
like
like Chiron.
Chiron.
Anyway, the ferryman.
Anyways, yeah. So he takes payment and
Oh, the coin.
Cleo said that he didn't take money, but that doesn't mean he doesn't take a different kind of money. And I'm wondering if when Lizzie threw the coin with Josie's magic, was that considered the payment rather than the song? It just happened, it just coincided at the same time, and that was the payment that got Landon back.
Yeah, because she said we'll find it later, but did they even find it later? Bro!
It's an invisible too. So like,
Yeah.
was that coin full of that magic, full of the siphoner magic? Because think about it. If Chiron can have that coin and bring it back to Malivore, he could take that magic and siphon out the prison world, like Josie did in the prison world in 13.
Oh my God.
That would be messy, especially if we consider what could happen after or later on with Lizzie and Josie.
Yeah. But was that coin considered payment for the ferryman? And they thought the song was, but it wasn't.
You know, it could be, but I don't think so. Just
Could be,
because
but
the guy was like this.
He was bottom to the song.
But he
Yeah.
wanted Landon's things like that, right? But
Yeah.
we don't know, did that happen? Did that coincide at the same time? Was it happening at the same time? Because with Legacies, sometimes the timeline is the same. They just jump to the different scenes. And we don't even know about it until later, right? So
I guess we're gonna have to wait it like 2 weeks.
We had to wait.
Or
yeah. Well, other
3:10.
people were thinking that Landon had to pay a fare on the way back, and that he had paid it with Hope's necklace.
yeah, because that's how it works too in Percy Jackson.
Yeah. So it's just it's a one-way fare. To get there to grab the soul, but then you need to pay something to come back.
What did he pay with? I
Yeah.
don't think it's the necklace
It
though,
was-
because I saw people saying that he could have paid with the necklace, and now he doesn't remember.
The necklace
no.
wouldn't matter to him. Or
Yeah,
to
and the necklace will come up later on because it's important.
but will
Yeah,
his,
I feel like they wouldn't just.
will his memories of the prison world matter?
Yeah.
It's just gonna
I
be-
don't think so, because I have another theory about that. But
Okay. Okay, so let's go into Triad coming back into play, since MG
Yeah.
mentioned them in 307, I believe.
Yeah, I mentioned. He mentioned.
307 no, 308. He mentioned them in 308 when he said, especially with Triad, whatever, like when we defeated Triad, he's the one that led the charge. Just the fact that they added that line, and coming from MG, knowing where his mom comes from, and then that going into the fact that they have this artifact that was sold by the Triad to Pinky.
a lot of hints
Yeah.
and some other stuff. But yeah,
But wasn't it supposed to come back though? Like, wasn't it already hinted that like one of the guys that was there supposed to come back?
Yeah, so they did do the casting as far, but he was turned into stone, remember?
So like, I feel like.
But that doesn't mean that they don't have him in the past, like a flashback. And we know that there's some characters coming up that have that could possibly be connected to Triad, which I think is connected to the wish box. So we're gonna get more information on the wish box. I still think that Landon's like the wish Landon, but like
the wish box and some important information.
yeah, exactly.
It's the way that I'm just looking dumb. I just.
That's me every time.
I'm over here like, oh, special information, damn.
It's like we'll go off in the chat, and we'll just like throw out all of these theories and like bounce off of each other, and it's just like
because I'm not even.
I'm just for the breakdowns.
yeah.
It's just Legacies has so much potential, and the stuff we've found online, all the information and whatever, it's like this could be good, but are they going to execute it the right way?
That's the thing. It's
like I feel like when it comes to story progression, like if an episode like for like last episode, it didn't have no monsters in it except for like the one that was summoned. You see how much characters had like development regardless if it was regressed or not, opposed to the next episode we're going to get monsters and everything that we just went is going to be like, you know, compressed, like as if it never happened. And that's a constant pattern with whenever there's monsters, whatever we just had that was very important, it just suddenly is not that important anymore because of these fucking monsters. And I feel like these monsters is going to be their downfall at this point.
But I have a feeling they're kind of fixing it this season, just because I think that the monster, like next week's monster, could fix some stuff. With, I mean, we know Hope and Lizzie are fighting, and they will most likely make up again. So I think that has to do with the monster and how it probably manipulates, probably not, people to interact. Kind of like the Croatoan, but with people who have been fighting or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It causes like more strife, like the Corrine, except for like it's a little,
but more, you know, cuter and fluffier and.
His name is Gumball. I will take no other options.
Or Puck.
Gumball.
But yeah. So I totally lost what I was gonna say, but
Triad.
There's a lot of foreshadowing. If you watch the episodes, like in season 1, they foreshadow a lot, and then in season 2 they foreshadow a lot, and they're still doing that in season 3. And it feels like they don't mention things by accident. So
and like red herrings too.
And red herrings, yeah. So they introduce like the wish box, and then at the same time also introduce this urn that brings back spirits, which I think is going to come into play later.
You think?
I think.
Sure.
I think. And then bringing in Triad again, because they didn't mention Triad at all in season 2. Triad was thought in season 2. And now in season 3, they have MG, who happens to be the son of the head of Triad, mentioning the fact that Triad's there. And then they have this artifact that you're going to see in, I think, in episode 9.
Next episode.
The next episode is that I think we're going to get a background on the wish box in episode 9 on top of whatever's going on with the monster.
Just had a thought.
What?
Just had a thought.
Share it with the class.
It can be a dumb one, but what if MG brings Stride back? Because he is all against the monster thing, but like he acts in different way of his mother. Is it still his legacy?
Yeah. And that is his legacy.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
That's the thing. I was going to say that I would love to if they do that and connect it to MG, just because the show is called Legacies, and it's not only about Hope or the twins and the twins. It's about everyone's, like all the entire cast. Yeah, the characters.
Yeah.
Legacies, whether they are good or bad. They said it in the pilot. Like
who's telling the story.
Yeah. Choosing between good and evil and all that.
And it would make sense that MG would reach out to his mom, because Triad actually had Malivore trapped for that long.
Yeah.
And so he could see them offering some sort of help, that he thinks some sort of help, in order to trap Malivore for good.
Yeah, this was like all those monsters in the prison world.
Yeah.
And besides
Lizzie for a while. The season 1 and 2 has been all about getting with Lizzie or helping her.
Yes, MG becoming his own person and growing. I just remember the song that was playing in 215, maybe, that Lizzie's in, Grow As We
Go, or Grow As You Go.
The Ben Platt song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, it'll be interesting, because I do think that also they're kind of separating MG as well, because I'm hoping that they'll go into his Ripper storyline.
Yeah, like I've been waiting for that since you talked about it in season 1. Like I felt like season 2, it was so many things that they could have done, and Ripper MG could have been one of them. Especially since like fallout with his mom, like that could have caused him to feel some type of way, but instead season 2 was just.
I also think that MG going to his mom or trusting anyone from Triad would be very in character for him, considering that his psychological assessment from the thing that I mentioned before says that he's very gullible. So it makes sense that he would trust anyone just like that, because they say that they're going to help him.
Yeah.
It would be very interesting then to see his decisions having an impact on the rest of the squad, and the idea of actions actually having consequences and holding people accountable for them instead of just brushing them off.
Well, and especially since he's feeling so isolated from the school right now.
Yeah, well, it would make sense. I literally mentioned that earlier today. I was like, you know, like, hell, even if MG works for Triad, like, that's what I literally want to say earlier. So, but, I mean, it wouldn't be a problem. Like once again, everybody that he trusts at the school doesn't trust him now and see him as somebody that, once again, kept us in the hidden. So now he obviously want to go back to something that people believe him in, especially monsters.
What I really like so far about these first 4 episodes, that they kind of had started at the end of season 2 with those like 301 to 304, because they kind of had to rewrite them a little bit, is that in season 2 there was like characters were like side characters and they were only there for like certain reasons, but now in the first 4 episodes it feels like they're grooming them into their proper storylines now. And like Kayla being groomed into possibly taking over the school, like him you know, doing all that stuff for a lark. And then we said Lizzie's, we said MG's, and then even like, so now what we need to see is also like, and I think we've seen the start of it, but we need to see Landon's, because like we have MG's kind of like start of his story, and Lizzie's and Josie's and even Hope's, but like we need to start Landon's now because they've kind of, you know, held back on him as well.
Yeah, they did.
Going to the prison world, and this actually leads into the Two Landon theory, and his development.
I'm just hoping that we get Hope growing and learning from this. I'm just so tired of her being the hero the entire time, and feeling like she feels obliged to save everyone, and I'm just tired of it. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah, just tell them to do it themselves. They're a school full of supernaturals. Okay.
No. I said this earlier today. There's no fucking reason why there was like 800 fucking supernatural in that school, and one of them was created that one fucking night. If y'all don't get the fuck up there and beat that night up from episode 2, like, what are y'all doing? Like, y'all big as hell. Like, come on.
Well, and the other thing is, supernaturals were scared to go into the prison world, and yet they were
they were willing to let a human there.
Nah,
Make it make sense.
They made me so
I'm happy
mad.
the supernaturals is gone. They need to leave. They need to not be here. They waste their time.
Give all these powers to Landon that he'll be useful with them, because he wants it so bad.
No one even thought of Landon. Like, no one, it was like he didn't even freaking exist.
Nah, he gave it.
He was supposed to be their friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. No way he went back to play D&D. No way.
Wade got me the most. Wade got me the most, because Wade said here Landon was the only one that believed in him in this fucking fairy tale, and then he
literally died for him.
He died for him for people to believe, and this dude was out here trying to find a D&D replacement just for him to get played by by MG. Why MG said, I don't even like playing that cub. Like, you know what? Retire now, Wade. Retire.
Who hasn't Landon died for?
Honestly,
yeah, exactly.
Right? And yet no one, I mean, Lizzie's comparing his loss.
That was so fucked up. That was so fucked up. How the fuck do you compare
comparing his loss to MG or to Sebastian?
And that's why when Hope was like, well, if we're comparing losses, that isn't a fair fight. Of course it isn't. Like, sorry.
And then calling him Cheese Whiz. Like, it was like her whole progression in all of it was like undone in the last 2 episodes, where her being like, I don't understand why Hope wants to save Landon, or why Landon's her blind spot. Hello?
Josie literally said because she loves him.
I love Lizzie. I do. I think I'm so passionate because I love Lizzie, you know? And I think that's the thing is, but I would never like.
I was hurt because I call them the crackhead sibling, because they have that dynamic and that energy, Lizzie and Landon. And then when he died, literally died for her, and then she was like, I don't give a fuck. Who?
It's like, damn, if we ever want to get our hand Izzy friendship, like, she out here not giving a fuck about him. Like,
I'm only letting it slide just because I think that the payoff will probably be good.
Yeah.
Because I have faith that Brett will deliver. King.
Yeah. I'm just trusting him. Who's in the pool for season 2? Julie Plug was still in the booth,
Yes.
right?
Julie was still in charge. They were
Yeah, that makes sense.
back and
Okay,
forth.
right, listen.
Yeah.
Right, listen. I hope you probably won't snap. Please.
I think Brett has done an amazing job so far. So
Yeah.
continue doing what he's doing.
Julie Plec was out here throwing ring around the rosy, plot twist curves. Okay, she sat here and said, "Hey, Hope gonna have a love triangle with the siblings at Mystic Falls, and didn't interact with any of them." Like,
Nah, Julie was setting up Hope with everyone in Mystic Falls.
she was out here bringing
Yeah,
out people.
like,
She was
for
just
what?
hyping them up.
She was trying to pull a Buffy there. So glad that didn't work.
They really tried though.
Okay.
You know what?
Okay, let's go into the Two Landon theory because, like, ever since it's so funny because I said that right after the episode last week, and I didn't go on Twitter or anything, so like, and then it just exploded. Like all I see all over the place now is this Two Landon theory. Now I know that a certain part of the fandom think that the Landon that was on the dock wasn't Landon, that it was Malivore. But here's my reasoning behind it. First off, Hope is 18. Having Malivore take Landon's body the way and having him be Landon at that scene would be disgusting and go against their whole consent thing.
It makes no sense.
Why would Malivore want to be sitting here and do that with Hope?
Yeah, why is Malivore gonna be all soft with Hope?
Why would he call her last night perfect and being like, oh, it sounds like that's, saving the person you love is a Michelson thing. Like that is Landon pure, straight.
Before he disintegrated.
Maybe it's only like a piece
human
or whatever, but it is Landon. There is no way that is Malivore because that would be crossing a line that I don't think the writers would ever cross.
Yeah.
So
that would be no. But also because we've already seen Malivore in Landon's body.
Yeah, exactly. Like people forgot how he was acting in Landon.
Like that was completely
different. Why would
different.
he waste his time to go back to the school when he can just be out here acting wild? Like
right, and why go and sit with Hope and hug her and smile at her and
why save the twins and Hope?
Yes,
exactly. He could
if he wants Hope to die because the whole toxicity thing and she's basically the one thing that person who could kill him, like why waste your time?
Why would he sit there
she could have died
there and hug her with a smile on her face? Like it makes no sense. That is not Landon. Now I think that there are two Landons because of other reasons, but that I can't go into because
spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. But I do think that the bone armor guy could possibly be Landon too, but he's a part of. So when Chiron brought Landon back, he brought both Landons back.
I just want to see this so bad.
I just need my Phoenix Sun. I'm tired of this shit. At what cost? Two Landons now. This is literally like Two Landon.
But you know why it also makes so much sense that there are two Landons now? Because they are Uno reverse in season 2. And season 2 had Simi Landon and regular Landon.
Yeah.
Right?
And this on the dog acts a lot like Simi Landon.
Very soft being.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Who? I just said very soft being.
No, before I interrupted you.
Oh, I was going to say that while you think that he brought him back, I was thinking about this before this. I actually think that because there is supposed to be another portal, because the leprechaun got to the school somehow,
right?
And they didn't think that. I think that Bone Armor Landon probably came back through the portal because I want to believe, and I want that to happen, that Landon, the warrior Landon, doesn't remember anything because he came through the portal, and the reason why he was lurking Hope Landon on the dock is because one, why the fuck there would be like someone else who looks exactly like him, and two, why is he with the girl he feels drawn to, and that he's seen the necklace, because he would have the necklace,
right?
Because the Landon that's on the dock was brought back because of the wish, the thingy, the dude, or the ferryman.
See,
Yeah.
And there could be two theories with that. One, it could be the wish, because Pinky did say that he had dreams of what he desired, and then Hope had that dream about Landon and the Ascendant and all of that stuff, and that was what made her go to the prison world. I did see the theory that it's possible that the Landon that is with Hope is the like the bust, like the Golem Landon, but again, I don't think that would be true, because like that would just be like weird, I think. Him being like a mud Landon or whatever. But it's possible. The other thing too is he said that he brings back souls. So what if he just brought the human part of Landon back and not the Phoenix part? Because
that would be like the parallels between the weaker and the strong.
Exactly. And so the guy on the dock is the human part of Landon, and then the bone guy is the Phoenix part of Landon, because I never thought that he was just human to begin with. I thought it was just dormant like they did in season 1. So like it's two Landons, but it's their two sides. Like I said before, it's the human and the Phoenix. They're just separate.
And the reason why he can't remember anything from the prison world is because he was snatched when he was in Malivore, because the monster was in Malivore. So it would make sense that he would find Landon, Spanish, in Malivore and bring him back, that version of Landon. Yeah. Because they're probably still connected. Yeah. So that makes sense. Like that's why Landon can remember shit from the prison world, because that version of him hasn't been there. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to watch it in a few weeks and just be like, I wonder how true this all was. Like we'll go back to this episode.
And we were way off.
We're way off, or we're like spot on, or like we're close or whatever. So
but also, you know what I'm looking forward to? The parallel between 305 and probably 310, or whenever they catch the Bone Warrior, when they take off the mask and they found that it's Landon.
Oh yeah, because Hope takes off the mask. You know what I'm looking forward to is the Prove It parallel.
Oh yeah, Prove It. But how would that work if he doesn't have any memories though? Because they're gonna have to perform the Oni spell again.
I think the necklace.
But he's gonna have the necklace.
Yeah, the necklace. So it'll be like, but he'll have the necklace. Go ahead, Iz.
I wanted to say my theory about Puff thinking this is the right time.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is like this could be not true like at all, but like when I think about it, like the guy who plays Puff, TJ, he's great, but he like interacts with us on Twitter and stuff like that. He said, like, Robyn tweeted at him, was like, you know, I want to see Puck again. He goes, be careful what you ask for. I would love the idea to think if Puck was Malivore in human form. Because if you think about it, he left and we don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
I thought he had died, but apparently that wasn't him at the end of...
No, it wasn't him.
Who was that person?
Because if you think about it, he was interested in Landon. Yeah. He was interested in Landon and Hope.
Yeah.
Why would he be interested in just Landon and Hope? Yes, he was interested in MG or whatever, but like I know it's like very far-fetched, but how like
that would be a fun theory. Yeah, that would be very,
because he said be careful what you wish for.
Yeah. Yeah, he's because like people be like, we want you to come back, and he's just like, are you sure? Or be careful what you wish for, or whatever. So I don't know.
How amazing would that be?
I would like to see him back. He was great. Actually, if he comes back, even as the counselor or the therapist, I would be, oh my god.
Right, because he actually helped.
Yeah.
He was the only one. Emma, I love Karen, but
she ain't it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No words.
Yeah.
That therapy box is just not it.
No, but it's like, why would you trust someone who's mentally ill or has a lot of trauma in their subconscious to fix their issues? That's so fucked up. Like, why would allow her to think that? Like, Hope hasn't dealt with her trauma since her parents died when she was like 15, and he's trusting her to fix her stuff 3 years later.
He doesn't want to deal with it because he needs Hope to do what he needs to do, because he's been using her since season 1.
I'm so looking forward to the episode he dies, honestly.
He is a child. and he does things with her that he should be doing with Caroline. Caroline should be helping him find supernaturals, not a 16-year-old or 17-year-old girl who has, issues with like isolating herself and things like that. But like, it's like he almost needed her to just get over herself so that she could help him. Because like, look, he obviously can't.
He's just using her, and people say that, oh, he's like a parent to her. Is he though? Is he like a father figure, really? No. Like, sure, Hope might see him that way, but the twins are still his priority. That's the thing.
Yeah, he babies Lizzie and Josie and like protects them and all of that. But then he
just
like
is with Hope because he's scared of what she could become.
Yeah.
Because of her Michelson thing.
Yeah.
Family.
He treats her almost like a pet, if that makes sense. Like, like as long as he trains her and keeps her close, then she can't snap at him or whatever.
I just want to take Hope the fuck away from that school.
So do I.
Just send her to NOLA for a while and let's be with her like an entire episode with Hope just enjoying herself and going shopping with Rebecca or just relaxing and living her best life.
Okay. So we know that they like to follow episode numbers. Like all of the 8s have been Handon reunions and so on and so forth, and 13s have been Landon's powers. So do you think 313 is going to be Landon getting his Phoenix side back?
Wait, we have what's going on 313? Maybe we're going to learn more about Cleo probably.
Yeah,
so they might. Oh wait, they could parallel it, whatever. They could have parallels between the stories. I'm sorry, Spanish is slipping through.
But yeah, because like if they're gonna do Cleo's backstory, which we all think she's a harpy, that would be a good parallel for Landon and his Phoenix side.
Yeah, but is she really a harpy?
I mean, we don't know. I mean,
our other theory was very cool too.
Oh, the other theory. Oh yeah.
The Cleo one.
The Cleo theory is we think she's a muse.
Oh
yeah. Makes sense. Because of all the sisters that died, and how she's very into art, but the real Cleo was like more into history, I think. But then we were like saying that maybe she could have absorbed, or not absorbed, but what was the word you used?
I think maybe just like she kind of reflects all of her sisters, so she kind of takes on all of their powers since they're all dead. But the thing is if she is a muse, she went, like the last episode, she proved that she had knowledge of history though, because she went back into the Greek history with the ferryman.
Mm-hmm.
And if you noticed in like the art room, first off, they have an art room since.
The Adonis. Is that how you say it?
There's like the Adonis, and then there's the Aphrodite statues in that room as she's standing there, and they're both Greek mythology that tie into Cleo's mythology in like in the real world, like the Cleo who's the muse. So Adonis and Aphrodite tie in heavily to Cleo, and the fact that they had those statues there were kind of interesting, that it kind of ties. And also the fact that they used a lot of stained glass, like above Cleo's bed and like in the art room and stuff like that. There's and in the crypt, there's so much stained glass.
And it's not the first time they've done it. Like they've done that 100,000 times in Vampire Diaries. And in Vampire Diaries, it became true. So I was like, maybe this is something. Anyway, the whole, mental gymnastics.
I think you were in bed, Cleo, when I went off on this whole like stained glass theory.
Yeah, I woke up and I was like, actually, yeah, that makes sense. That happened in TVD season 8. Yeah.
Okay, so another.
Meanwhile, is in Nashville like, the fuck are you talking about?
I'm looking dumb as hell. I'm truly.
I'm not all into these theory type things. Like when Robyn says them, I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I myself do not come up with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, same.
I just like bounce off of each other.
Yeah.
about all these
It's
theories.
just too much.
Yeah. And then so Vit will just like have this whole like, I don't know, page of just theories that we go off about certain things, and she's just like, I feel really dumb right now.
But she's not.
But you're not. Anyways, so let's go into the last theory that I have here is because we kind of talked about Landon. We didn't really talk about like the whole D&D berserker thing, but I think that's just like a fun tie-in for Arya, like the whole fact that the bone guy kind of looks like a
Yeah.
And-
The fact that they were making fun of Wade and Landon, not Landon, but Wade playing D&D when
Yeah.
MG was like, I have more dignity or something.
Yeah, so they've thrown in a
For
lot
Arya.
of D&D references, so I think that's a lot of like for Arya, because we know the Lord of the Rings references are for Arya because he really likes Lord of the Rings, so I think the D&D stuff is too. But
His baby.
MG in his speech mentioned the fact that what Hope wanted to do, it was possible that they could end up trading a life for a life. So what if, in order to get Landon back somehow, or to get him to merge his two or whatever, they had to give up another life in order to get him back, and it's a Lark's life that they give up.
Yes, please. Please.
Sure, they give him out. I'm gonna have a fucking party in my reaction. Okay.
I think the whole fandom's gonna have like a collective party.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be the first day this fandom.
Yeah,
Review
everyone
together.
just setting aside our differences and just
Celebrating.
Larry dying. Let's go.
Lark is dead.
This is just gonna be me.
Yeah.
Waving a life.
Yeah.
We're gonna start a wave.
We just want this
Like,
man gone.
It's not that we want him out of a job, but we kind of do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, but we do.
I mean, they're limiting his interactions with as many people as possible.
Yeah, he's barely there.
They're making him useless, which means he can be used to dying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Perfect.
who asked for him in the women scene? Like no one.
Oh my god, why did we get that bank scene? Why? What was that?
The what?
Why did he have
The
to say
bank
it?
scene
The
with
bank
Dana's
scene.
The
mom?
bank scene.
With Dana's mom.
Oh, I completely blocked that from my mind. The fuck was that? That
Why
was
would you even bring that up?
disgusting.
Like, I almost died.
They could have given me more Handon.
She said,
Right? They
She
could
said,
have
she
given
said
us
if it was
anything.
substantial.
That was
First off, when the fuck did she change careers? Because in the first season, she was a
She was-
pharmacist.
Yes. She even mentioned that the husband lost it. Did he lose it though? I can't remember right now. I can't.
The dad was a dentist and she was a pharmacist in the first season.
Oh. Because
They were talking about Lizzie and her medication and stuff. Dana always.
So how the fuck?
When did she become the like head
Well,
of
maybe she needs more money or something, and now she's working at
Maybe
two
she just
jobs.
throwing herself at just random single dudes that come into the bank?
She said if the B was substantial.
I mean, if that's the way she's grieving her daughter, I mean,
Maybe she left the pharmacy because it reminds of her daughter. Maybe something. New.
Yeah, that's true. We can't judge how people cope. That's true. Yeah.
we can judge that scene though.
Yeah.
Oh, that was gross. Like,
Okay,
what?
let's go into monsters. What would we like to see? And I know that we
Hold
had
on.
this. I know that we kind of
Hold
talked about this in another episode, like long time ago. But like, since they aren't getting rid of the monsters, because we know that they're not, what kind of monsters would you like to see?
Do you have like a list that anyone?
We're getting the one that I want to see. So
Which one?
a banshee.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and 10.
oh, you know which one I want to see? Oh, 9. I don't want to see 9. I'm here, 9. God damn.
9?
10 is the Banshee.
10?
Yeah, 10 is the Banshee because next episode we have the Furby.
Well then,
Remedy.
yeah, I would like to see a Harpy then. Like Harpy.
Yeah.
We couldn't get a Medusa or something, so Harpy it is. Most likely.
yeah. I want to see a monster that makes them see possible futures.
Oh, we've talked about this. Yes, that's
Yes.
very true.
That made them see possible futures, like a fate
Yes,
thing.
like possible outcomes for them.
I have probably way too many here, but I don't know. First off, chupacabras. I don't know how if that even exists in
Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a version of it, like something
Well,
that? But just because it would be fun, but I don't really care. But the one that I would like to see is Weeping Angels. Have any of you watched Doctor Who?
Doctor Who thing, right? Yeah. I haven't watched it, but I know what Weeping Angels are.
Yeah. Well, Weeping Angels have been around since before time was time, basically, and they're essentially just statues that would have. The school already has statues all over the place with angels in it, and maybe they could have the statue move. And I mean, basically the thing is that weeping angels, when you look into their eyes, they can't hurt you, but if you blink, they will. And if they touch you, they could either send you to somewhere else, like location wise, or another time period. And the only way to destroy it is to basically create a paradox where both of them, like two statues, look into each other's eyes and create a paradox. That's basically it. But
So-
I have like a shit ton of.
So we could have a monster that sends Hope and Landon through a portal to another world.
Actually, that happened in Doctor Who season 7. Spoilers, but oh, it was a cat. Anyway.
I mean, crossover tease, but just gonna plug the story there. But I mean,
yeah, but that's how those characters left the show. They ended up in the 60s, I think, or the 30s or something. But yes.
Okay. I don't know. I really like the idea of like the male siren.
Yes, I have it here too. It's like a nymph or a mermaid, but that lures girls, which you talked about with Elijah, I think.
Yeah.
The episode he came here.
Yeah, when he came.
But also there's another version of it. It's called a Kishi in folklore, which is a two-faced demon from Angola. And it says that according to the legend, it has an attractive human man's face on the front, and on the back is like a hyena.
Oh, that would be
that eats women. That would be something that Brett would
like
do.
Landon lead the charge to save the girls.
Yeah, because it is said that they use their human face to smooth talk and charm attractive young women, and then they eat them with the face on the back. Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so fun, actually.
I would like to see it. I was just thinking about it, but I also have here like a bugbear, which is basically the boogeyman, but a Celtic version of it. Just because I always joke and say that fuck them kids, and that monster would eat kids, like children.
There's not even a school anymore.
Yeah, that's true. But imagine like a Halloween episode where kids are disappearing, kind of like what happened in the originals.
Yeah.
When the kids were being taken away, and the monster is like eating them, but it's not really eating them because we don't want kids to die.
Okay. What about a monster that changes them all from their costumes into what their costumes are?
You're kind of begging for them to steal ideas from Buffy at this one.
I was about to. I looked over and was about to say, Halloween episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We haven't really had.
I wrote that before you guys all watched Buffy as well.
Yeah, and I actually told you like, oh, this reminded me of this fic I read once. That something very similar happened, and you were like, yeah, I wrote it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit, sorry.
Exactly. I don't know. There's not that many monsters out there that like.
I would love to see more Doctor Who monsters, but I understand that show is a bit too sci-fi for Legacies. But they could adapt them, and I also don't know how copyright works, because if they taken stuff from Buffy, but they've changed it just a little, so it doesn't. You know, but Doctor Who, I was thinking, I like had an idea because this friend that I talk to regularly, she had thought of this, to have a bottle episode where all the characters are stuck in the same place, so they can, I don't know, like talk their shit out and be on the same page. But I was thinking that a midnight creature is the is the name of it was Doctor Who season 4 episode 10. It's called Midnight, and the monster basically is invisible and possesses people that fear it and are paranoid. And this monster was kind of speaking at the same time in the end. It's like a whole psychological thing that could work. I don't know how to explain it, but if you've seen that episode, you would know that it feeds off the paranoia, and at the end they have to basically kill it. Someone needs to sacrifice themselves.
Yeah. Which, I mean, everyone would be like, Hope.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that. No, but like maybe if they're bringing in a new character, like a student for the monster for the Lizzie thing, they could do the same here. Like have someone new come in, and they are weird looking. I don't know, just a regular student that starts repeating, like mimicking. I don't know how to fucking word it out. I say something and you say it back, and then it started to get closer and closer until the monster steals my voice, and you think that I'm possessed now, but it actually stole my voice. Like copycat, yeah, but then it steals your voice, and people pretend that people think that you are the monster.
Oh,
But the thing is that they have to get rid of the thing, and they
impersonate.
Yeah,
that's the word.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they could have so many things that could help the kids. Like if they're using monsters as plot devices.
Yeah.
They've been doing this. I feel like that's
there's really a lot that they could.
Hello, Buffy.
Hi, Buffy. Yeah.
Listen, go ahead.
Buffy does it better.
I need y'all to watch Buffy.
They do it better. Yeah. And there's like some monsters in Buffy that you guys haven't seen yet, and I'm just like, okay, well, I can't.
Listen, why would you even mention that? Like, man, man, I'm excited.
Now he's struggling.
No, please, I'm dead.
Wait. Before, if you want to move on, I was thinking that Kronos, something that messes with time, and that could tie in with what Vid was saying. Yeah, like it messes with timelines.
Yeah,
that's just sci-fi too. Fuck, I don't know, but I just have so many ideas.
A lot of fun though, messing with the timelines.
Yeah. To like jump in, and then they have to figure out which one they would like to stay.
Just don't give me loop days. I hate episodes and loop days. It's just.
So you know what? Actually, that reminds me of the promo for Nancy Drew next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so annoyed next week. But anyway,
because
I hate this type of storyline.
Yeah, the promo for Nancy Drew next week is literally them like resetting the day or resetting the time or something over and over and over again.
Oh, kind of like that movie,
like a Groundhog
Birthday,
or
yeah,
that one, Happy Death Day or something.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Happy Dead Day.
Yeah. So that would be pretty cool. I actually like that the time jump one. Okay.
They could have Kronos or Madeline there too, like the wizard.
It kind of reminds me of the like a whole scene. Like I would love to have like an episode where they go back in time. Like I love the show. There's a show called Timeless that I was like in love with. Like I love that show, and it was like every episode they go back in time to a different period. Like they went back to the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. They went back to the Hindenburg and stuff like that. I would love to see like an episode of like that, but instead they go back in time to make maybe like, you know, when the originals were alive, like, you know, when they first got turned, or like in the Vampire Diaries, I loved when they went back to 1864, like that time, like around there, or you know, like even the 30s, because I know they went like, because I did not like episode 14 of season 2, like I did not like the whole noir episode, but like I would like to see them go back in time for an episode, which kind of deals with the monster, like, you know, a monster that
it could have. I mean, the show kind of loves Greek mythology a lot, so they
do. Yeah, they really do. Which is why that Cleo theory really holds up too. And her wanting Hope to do a bust of Landon, because a bust is really like a very Greek thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, either her being a harpy or a muse, I think would be cool. So
Cleo has been great so far. Like, she was pushy and she annoyed me a little bit in, I think it was 306, 307.
307.
When she, I don't know, when they made the bust.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
It's
You know what I mean? That episode.
It's possible also that maybe she had manipulated that in a way because she wanted Hope not to give up on Landon, because she wanted Hope to kind of see like a different side of things.
Like reverse psychology or something?
Yeah, exactly. And like maybe it was like engineered in a way that she knew that Hope wouldn't get like stuck or whatever, you know? And maybe, what if like somehow Cleo's objective, I mean, I'm not saying that it is, but if her objective is somehow to get Landon out of the prison world or like safe or something, because her objective is Hope, and in order to get like what her mission for Hope is, she has to have Landon there as well or something.
Yeah.
Because if their destiny is intertwined, then they're going to be valuable to as a pair rather than separate.
Yeah, but I would also love to see more of Hope and Landon that the show focuses more on themselves as individuals instead of as a couple, because I'm tired of that too. It's always the same, and I know that a lot of people are also tired about that, but you don't have to break them up to do that. The show just needs to find balance between having a relationship, them having a relationship, and then being their own people.
Which I
hate that they can't do that.
Which I think is really what Danielle had said about things being dragged out, is it was dragged out to this point, is because they were stuck in this like similar, it was like they were stuck in this loop of doing the exact same thing over and over again. And now finally, even according to like Brett's interviews and stuff like that, they're gonna get on the same page and they're gonna work together and try to define their dynamic and get closer than ever. So I really think that that's starting, because like even in 304, when Landon was like, I want to help, and then Hope was like, well, you heard him, we're gonna help. Like,
yeah, the fact that she wasn't babying him.
Yeah, and that she let him go, that she was just like, okay, you can go in and do the dark object or whatever, and all of that. And she, you know, knowing, and the fact that, when did they have the conversation that he had let Malivore take over his body? Obviously from them running from the necromancer to the crypt, because they had that whole conversation. She was like, were you sure when you let Malivore take your body? So like obviously their communication is a hell of a lot better. Even the last episode where they're at the dock and they're actually freaking communicating, because we don't get that. Like, you know what I wish that we had though, is that we had the scene of them going back to the school after he got back, and then just like collapsing in a bed and just like talking.
But there's only so much they can,
because they went like the whole day. They went a whole day, and then they were sitting on the dock. Like, what happened?
I think it was early morning though, the last scene.
Yeah,
so
I don't think they have time to sleep.
Very late in the AM, and then it took them time to get from the cemetery to the school. Which, how did he get there in the first place so fast?
That's exactly what I said.
The same way Hope basically time teleported herself into 11.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
Magic.
As I always say,
they're witches.
They're witches.
They're witches, exactly.
Yeah, but he ain't no damn witch. He human. So when he ran,
you see though?
You can measure the logic.
You got real speed.
Okay.
Yes. Gosh.
Okay. Anywho,
guys, let's go into character interactions.
Yeah, because
besides Hope and Landon, who do we want to see more interactions with?
Andrea and Kirby.
Literally everyone else.
Andrea, Kirby.
Give me friendships. Give me friendships.
Oh, friendships. Never mind.
I want Andrea and Kirby.
I want Cleo and
wait, what?
Yeah.
Andrea Kirby.
Andrea.
Yeah.
Wait, Naj, what were you going to say?
Oh, I said Landon and Lizzie.
Landon and Lizzie.
Yeah. I want to see that friendship blossom even more. Like, give me that crackhead sibling dynamic, please. And I know some people ship them like that romantically. I don't really care. Like, do you like
Whatever
do you?
taste buds desire, but that ain't for me. You know, besties.
Yeah,
They're
just mind
best.
it. They're best.
I want Cleo and Landon.
We
Yeah.
might get that next
You might get it.
episode.
Yeah, next episode. I want
Wade
Landon.
and Hope.
Wade and Hope.
Well,
Yeah.
Because Danielle said something on
so.
Twitter to me about
Yeah.
it. So, and I was like, I want to see. I said something underneath her tweet. And I was like, Wade and because I think it was a thread between her and Elijah, and I was like, more Wade and Hope scenes, please. And she goes, definitely, or something. She said something like that. I was like,
That's good.
Wade and Hope. So.
Jed and
Hey,
Caleb.
Caleb and Landon would be nice to see too.
Caleb and Hope.
I think
Caleb and
they
Hope are besties. I don't care what anybody else says. They are best friends.
It is.
Just
But we need to see more of it.
yeah.
And I'm tired of the fact that we're supposed to believe that Josie and MG are best friends. Where is it?
This is
Where is
gonna
it?
be like very controversial, but I really like Josie and Ethan this season.
Yeah.
They are
Their
so
friendship
soft.
is so
Yeah,
cute.
same. When they were sitting down when she was having lunch and he went to
Yeah.
her, like that was so cute. And not in like I'm not I don't shit them.
Energy.
Even though I did have dreams about them being like a thing during hiatus, and that was so cursed. That was so cursed.
No,
I
because
don't-
we know that soon. I don't know what episode you guys probably do, but Josie's gonna tell him something, and it's gonna like she's like break the news or something. How would she tell him
Well, I
that
think
she broke his arm? That like
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting because in episode 10, the synopsis says that MG and Ethan are working together.
Yeah. He'll probably know about Supernatural after. Yeah.
Episode 10?
Yeah, episode 10 it says
About-
MG and Ethan are like gang or like pairing
Oh,
up.
I thought we were going to see the other dude, but that's next episode. Supposed to be.
Yeah. So like, what are MG and Ethan doing?
Bonding over.
Well, because we think
their lost friendship with Josie.
Yeah.
we think that MG is going to go to Mystic, right? Because he's leaving the school, and that's probably who Alaric tells to walk.
Imagine half of the Salvatore students transferred to Mystic Falls High.
And leave just Hope and Landon. At least they would be alone. Like they would never leave the school, but
I
they
mean,
would be
facts.
alone.
but can you imagine though,
I'm just
Alaric
joking.
sending MG to Mystic Falls, knowing that he's a possible Ripper, and just being like, "Here, go to the human school. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet, but watch over Josie."
I don't
But
know
that-
what happened to Alaric. Like in DVD, he was such a great character. He won.
I think he died one too many times, and that affected him deeply. I think that's what happened. Besides, he literally tried to kill himself when Joe died on the wedding day.
I think after Joe died, he just became another Hope.
He lost it. But that's what's so hypocritical of them, though. He actually brought a random soul back and put it in Joe's body, but then they were pushing Hope to move on after like a week when she was actually ready to move on.
Yeah.
He spent the whole summer looking for this Phoenix Stone.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many years passed since Joe died and when she came back in one?
How old are the twins?
In love, 60.
Minus
70.
one.
Yeah.
Like the twins age and then like 6 months.
Yeah. He still loves Joe to this day. He's probably grieving her to this day too.
And I am grieving, and then he's
Yeah.
getting drunk. Oh, that was so mad
I
about that episode.
I would say maybe she should try grieving and then rush it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 106, he's like, maybe, or yeah, 107, no, 107.
107.
I'm grieving. Maybe you should try it sometime. And
Yeah.
literally in 306, 307, she's trying to grieve, and they're all like, no, you can't do that.
Not like that.
Yeah,
we
not
need
like
to, but
that.
not like that.
You can grieve, but you gotta help us find money for, for the school. It's not my father. He wasn't paying attention to his school. The fuck?
That's also something that pisses me off that I would like to see happen on the show, is that how they pick and choose when mental health is important. Because yes, it's okay that Josie is taking her time, and she should be. She should be allowed to be and heal and get away from the school and the environment that is toxic for her. But also, they've been focusing a lot on the twins themselves. And also, this is like the stance's fault because they know what they're doing. And Hope has a lot of trauma that she hasn't dealt with at all. But suddenly, it doesn't matter because it's Landon. And that's something that pisses me off. Because Hope is allowed to grieve and allowed to make mistakes. But suddenly, everyone else is villainizing her. Both on the show and in the fandom. And for what? And for what? Just
because everyone.
I'm just gonna say it. Josie literally killed Alyssa, tried to kill Hope, tried to kill Lizzie, burned down the school, did a whole bunch of shit. Yes, she was being manipulated by Clark to do dark magic in the first place. Yes, but that doesn't mean that she gets a free pass and isn't being held accountable. And I know and I understand, but it also pisses me off because I love Josie, but the double standard and the hypocrisy of everyone is just too much. Yeah. And I hate it.
Yeah.
Literally, the only people in the fandom who advocate for Hope are Handons and Hope stands. Well, and Landon stands, because I think that they kind of go hand in hand. But like,
even if it wasn't about ships, I hate that people get so blinded by their own bias. Yeah. Like even if you don't like certain characters, you need to take that the blinders off and see the bigger picture. Just don't be a dickhead to other people. Especially don't go into DMs, because I saw some stuff, and don't cut it, because that's true. And we know that they lurk. It's like, guys, be better, please. Thank you.
And like, Hope is held to such a higher standard than everyone else, and it's not fair. Like, you guys know Hope is my favorite character. I love Hope. And I am not blind or biased to what it is that she does, but I honestly don't feel
we all are to some extent, but we have to be neutral about it.
I don't feel what she did was warrants the hate that she was getting. First off, she didn't know she was putting the twins in danger. She didn't know that it was going to kill
her. And she immediately apologized when she realized that it was fucked up. She was like, I'm so sorry. Like, immediately.
And she said to Landon, she goes, I know I upset people in the process.
And the next couple of episodes, there will most likely be consequences, and she's gonna have to deal with them.
In the still,
how it should be.
In the stills for next week's episode, you can see clearly she is hurting, and that there's a lot of tension between her, not only her and Lizzie, but everybody else.
Yeah. And there should be, because what she did, I mean, we understand it wasn't right, but she also knows that, and that's good.
Yeah.
Like, we need more characters having that self-awareness.
It's like people saying she's obsessed. Like, if she was obsessed, she would never realize that what she did was wrong.
Exactly.
For her, it would be right to do it.
And also, why everything Hope does is being called an obsession, when like the rest of the TVD characters and TOE characters were basically like praised for it, for the same actions. It's just very, I don't know if misogynistic is the word, but it doesn't sit right with me, the fact that Hope has to go through all of this.
The amount of things that Damon did for Elena, and he got praised for it.
Yeah. But the common denominator in this is Landon.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, like, it's fine if you don't like him and you even hate the character, but why go that far? There's a line that people have crossed multiple times, and they still do. And for what? Like, shut the fuck up and just enjoy the show. If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's simple as that. Just mind your business. Sorry. I'm just pissed. I'm tired.
So many times.
Yeah, it just sucks. But anyway, I would like to see more friendships and more consistency and more cohesiveness in the story, because it really just feels like loose pieces of relationships. The only two relationships that have been developed the most are Hope and Landon and Lizzie and Josie. And I would
Yeah.
like to see more of those characters connected to some other people.
Yeah.
It's just always the same. It always boils down to Hope and Landon or the twins. And while that's great because Hope and Landon are literally the main characters, I would like to see more of other stuff too. Like, fuck, I love Handon, but give me friendships because that was the premise of the show. TVD was romance, Toe was family, Legacies is supposed to be friendships, and I don't really see that.
And individual storylines among those friendships.
Please. It's like, it's kind of what they did with TVD when Stefan and Caroline got together, which I fucking love. I know you ship Selena, which is fine, but they were...
I didn't hate Caroline either, so it's not that...
Yeah, I mean, in season 7, it was so messed up because they were trying to mess them up. Like, why can't you have a relationship that's healthy and have it be here and then the story continues? You don't have to pull and push people away and all the time. That's tiring. We're tired of it. Sorry, I'm venting, but I'm...
Well, no, but it's true though. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with having Hope and Landon be Hope and Landon throughout all of the seasons and have them have cohesive storylines that flow with the rest of the storylines rather than like, oh no, we need to split them apart in order to cause this like angst in order for this story to progress, but really it doesn't need to do that.
I think that was season 2's issue the most because they tried to do something. I think everything would have been different if they had let Hope have that thing with Maya she was supposed to have and then reunite Hope and Landon, like have both of them be in other relationships for like 2 episodes or whatever, and then bring them back because we know we won, Brett, even if you say we didn't, but we know we did.
Naj would have been dancing if she got Hope and Maya.
That would have been the serve.
Oh, that would have been beautiful. I love Handon.
They were flirting.
Yeah.
And they cut some scenes too, like Haya scenes. Or for what? But anyway.
Maybe we'll get.
Yeah, they did. They did. They were supposed to be like a Haya scene, like where Maya was flirting with Hope, and they cut it.
Now just gonna pass out.
Don't tell me this because I will write a fucking letter.
Release those scenes.
Oh, no. Speaking of that leads into the thing that I wanted to mention. What I would like to see the most is more rep, especially Latino representation. Like, where the fuck is it? There's only so much I can go on with, and I've told Vit this. I can claim Ethan for so long before it gets weird. Ethan Machado. Ethan Machado. I don't give a fuck if you say that he isn't. He is for me. He's the Latino crumb that I get because of Machado. Like, he could be either Brazilian or from somewhere else. I don't care. We also have Gabi, but she's like a background character we don't really see. Yeah. But I would like to see more Latino and proper Latino representation. Not. I'm just tired of seeing Latino rep that it's rep that's either Mexican, Puerto Rican, or Cuban.
It's just like, the three, yeah.
It's like gringo writers don't know that there are like 20 plus countries down here. Like, guys, there's Chile, Argentina, Brazil. I would like to see it. That and a gay couple, like 2 men. Like,
2 men, yeah.
The originals.
Hello, Jaleb.
I wanted Caleb and Jed.
Yeah.
We could
have.
You guys
already know who I liked.
We could have had
Jed and Ref.
Jed and Raf, but that's the homie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But that's the homie that broke me. That was.
I can. He really.
But he's on the spin-off, All American spin-off.
Congrats, Peyton.
Yes,
congrats, Peyton.
He escaped this hellhole that it is Legacies fandom.
He's free.
So he's free. But yeah.
Payne's getting the content he deserves. Good thing, King. I'll be watching.
The All American spin-off.
All right. So we're gonna wrap it up now. I think we're a little
we went
over
off.
an hour,
Yeah.
but we
Sorry.
do. I know that. No, it's fine. Vit and I were kind of talking with everyone else, and we want to bring back the Handon Weekly Writing Challenge because a lot of people have been asking about that, and I know that we're kind of starving for fics right now. So we're bringing it back starting today, and the deadline is going to be May 1st. And Vit, what's the prompt?
It's thunderstorm.
Thunderstorms.
Oh.
The prompt is thunderstorms. So, Handon Weekly Challenge, thunderstorms, May 1st. Get writing.
Yeah, give me a collapse.
Give me a collapse.
And yeah, and just what Naj says, tag the Handon Weekly. Handon Weekly
Yeah.
Writing Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was our episode.
Look, give me soft
Sorry for
Handon
venting.
because- Nah,
But I had
give
a
me
lot of
soft
feelings.
Handon because the writers from the fanfics just like to write angst, right, Robyn? Robyn always say, "I want to do something," and then she goes and just take her out.
Okay. You're calling me out.
Yes.
You're gonna.
We're always writing angst, but we love to see it, but we hate to feel it.
Yeah.
I know, because you guys give me a soft prompt and then it's completely different from the soft.
Yeah, and I'm like,
You guys are gonna
oh,
hate my
what?
new story.
No, you only like to write pain. I don't know why.
I know. I do so much better with it. I know, because like there was like a prompt, Pia, you gave me a prompt about them like being in a hammock or something.
Oh yeah, you know why? Because I was rereading a Sterling line. That was great.
And then what did I end up doing? I ended up doing like
The saddest fucking.
you know, I was like, I have a story for you guys, by the way. And then
I went to bed, I think.
Yeah, you went to bed, and then you woke up and you read it, and it was just like Hope missing him at nighttime or something like that, or I don't know. I try to write soft stuff. I really try. There's soft stuff in the crossover though, so
I can't write soft stuff either.
No, you're sick.
Nash gives us all the hot
violence,
stuff.
the horror stuff.
Yeah.
Like the bloodbath and yeah.
God, I gotta finish.
But so
I'm sorry, Nash.
okay, so I will try. I will try my best. I swear, I will try my best to write the soft that you need.
Like I'm making a new Handon story, and it's just going to be them being enemies. So I mean, at the end of the day, angst is what it is.
Yeah, I'm writing a new one, and it's basically them like.
Yeah, they're enemies.
Yeah, you you wait.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna need Paige probably to write your soft fic for
Oh
you.
yeah, Paige.
And I'm gonna ask Alex.
And
if you guys want a soft fanfic, go read the Pen Pals.
Alex writes the Pen Pal one, right?
Yeah.
Wars, that's what it's called.
So
I know.
soft.
Oh, that was so good.
I need to read it. I haven't read it yet. I need to read it.
There are like
It's so
3
soft.
chapters out, I think.
Four now.
Four.
And then the soulmate one is really good too.
Yes.
Just content creators, we love you. We love to see it. And Tumblr stands.
And
shout out to Tumblr stands.
Yes.
That brain of yours, delicious. Oh, that mind,
Yes.
honestly,
Love
best
Tumblr.
people I not know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you all for the content because I'm been struggling these 2 weeks without Handon.
And then plus Buffy.
Yeah, Buffy.
Yeah, watch Buffy.
Oh yeah, and if you haven't watched Buffy, I'm spreading my Buffy agenda. Watch Buffy.
Yeah.
Well, I might have more time, but I do not have internet. So.
Now, why do I just have been paying since I'm watching Buffy.
Do you need the episodes?
Yeah, she does. She does need the episodes.
You need episodes?
I'm on episode 1, season 2. I have not been able to watch. So
good luck.
I can send you the episodes.
Yeah, now you need to finish season 2 so I can edit Banjo.
Yeah, I'm at episode 17. Tonight.
17. Oh my God, I'm praying for your soul.
I have episodes 11 and 10 or 11 and 12 that I watched, and I have not edited yet. I hate editing.
Buffy's the
You
only
should go live
I can
and
enjoy
react
editing.
live.
Sailor Moon.
See, copyrights.
Oh,
So
right. Sorry.
I have watched
haven't
Naj's
rated to it
Naj's
because
reaction for
You haven't gotten one?
213.
I haven't. I mean, well, Legacies, they eat me the fuck up.
oh,
man.
Legacies. I've had like 4
That's
episodes
on
that are not up.
CW.
My freaking handophobic. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Nash
It
is
was
releasing her
They keep
214
cooking
episode
me. I'm like,
tomorrow,
sis, I'm
but-
trying to get my coin, bitch.
But anyway,
Yeah.
watch Buffy, watch Legacies, even though it might get you pissed.
Yeah.
Just watch your comfort show. I mean, we talk about Legacies, we talk about Buffy. I mean,
Comfort show with comfort characters, and please don't go after people if they love the character you hate.
Stay
Exactly.
off Twitter.
That's
Okay.
annoying. You're like 20.
Y'all should watch.
Okay.
Y'all should watch that 70s show. For slow burn taste.
or Lucifer. Just
Or watch Doctor Who. That's like a shitty show I love. It's not shitty, but it
Watch
is.
Jenny. Watch Jenny in Georgia.
Me in Georgia.
Marcus,
We're thinking of different.
Hold
We're
on,
thinking of different ships, but Ginny and Georgia.
Watch Nancy Drew.
Watch Nancy Drew. Watch The Irregulars on Netflix. That is so good. I just binged all of it.
watch The
We
Witcher.
just watch everything.
Watch The Witcher.
Anyways,
But also go to school. Stay in school, kids. Please. And go to
You-
therapy.
What are you saying?
Let's all go to therapy.
let's all go to therapy.
Please.
We're
Yeah,
gonna have
go
a
to
whole
therapy.
group therapy session. We're starting a
Pursue your dreams.
weekly
Pursue
therapy
your
group.
dreams.
We should.
Pursue your
Therapy is
dreams.
good for you.
Yeah.
Handon
Right.
weekly therapy group.
You don't want to
Kind
pop
of
up.
like
No, what
the
is
psych
pop up?
word.
Yeah, we're the Handon psych ward. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Anyways.
Anyway, thank
So
you.
our episode is
What?
basically like theories and shows to watch and rants and like, so I mean, really, it's a rainbow
And-
episode.
Yeah, it was a little longer than normal, but we have a guest, and so we have the right. So
And it includes Iz and Naj being confused for an hour and 40 minutes. So,
Yeah.
It's like the Aurora situation all over again.
yeah, I
Sorry.
was out here dumb as hell. I'm sorry. I don't do theories.
Me just excited to say my puck theory,
I was like, let me just sprinkle in some commentary.
and it's not going to be right at all because I know nothing.
What to be all wrong though? Like
It probably
we're way off. Although we've been right like a lot lately.
Yeah, we have.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can't relate. We don't know no tea, so y'all good.
I mean, I write stories and they end up in the Legacies episodes. So
Brett,
what if they read it? Did you bend that?
what? Anyway,
So like, comment, subscribe.
Like, so you don't have to go like this. You just like
That we have an episode next week, and thank you guys for most of our episodes are coming up over 1K views. So like whatever it is you guys are doing, thank you. All the comments and all the likes and like all the love that we're getting, like I've been getting messages and stuff like that. It is amazing and we love you guys and we really appreciate it. So thank you.
You know?
yeah.
bye.
remember,
Nice.
Be
And thank you
kind.
for having me.
spread positivity.
Don't be a dick.
There's me. Spread positivity, then Pia. Don't be a dick.
Yeah. Don't be a dick. Yeah, they can come for me. I don't have Twitter or Instagram, so Toodles. Anyway.
On
thank you,
that,
guys. This
see
was
you guys.
fun.
Thanks, Pia.
Yeah. Bye.
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 Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hold up.